Okay, girls, so I've decided to create a video to give you feedback on chapter 8.2 because this skill about writing the rule for a pattern, it's something that is very important, and I want to make sure that all of us, all the class, watch this video. Take notes in your notebook, so take out your notebook because you're going to write all of this in your notebook, and that we follow the same steps all of the class, okay? So question 4 says, okay, we are given this pattern and it's asking us first to fill in this table. So it's saying, okay, when I have 1, so I have number of triangles, and underneath I have number of sticks. So when I have 1 triangle, how many sticks do I have? 3. When I have 2 triangles, I have 3, and then 2 more, 5. I don't count this one because this one is already counted. So I have 5, and here I have 3 plus these 2, 5 plus these 2, 7. Wonderful. Okay, so we have done that. Now we're going to write the rule. Now, when we're going to write the rule, I want to make a bracket here because when we, in the last topic, when we did algebra and equations, when we did worded problem, I didn't teach this explicitly, and it's very important that you always follow the following 4 steps when you are solving worded problems using algebra. So the 4 steps that you need to follow are these ones, okay? So when solving worded problems using algebra, the first thing that you have to do is define the pronumeral. The second thing that you have to do is write an equation. Then you solve the equation, and then you have to state your answer in your full sentence. So I'm going to use these steps even though I know that the exercise of 8.2 is only asking us to describe the rule in words. But as I said before in the previous videos, you already need to start practicing how to write these rules. So we're going to start right away defining those rules, and we're going to follow these steps, and you're going to follow them as well, okay? So I want to show you how this is going to work. Okay, so to find the rule, first we're going to define the pronumerals. Is the first thing that we're going to do. So in the previous video I did this. Remember that I said that it doesn't matter which pronumerals we're going to use, but I'm going to call these ones X and Y. Okay, so the first thing that I have to do, the first step says that we have to define the pronumerals. Okay, so I'm going to say here, let, and this is the way, this is the word, this is the sentence that you have to write every time that you're defining a pronumeral. So you have to say, let X be the number of triangles, and let Y be the number of sticks. You could say that that's very explicit with what I have done here, but you have to get used to, because you will need this to do this when you are in following years, and you will do it up to VCE. When you're doing year 11 and 12, you will have to define your variables, okay? So that's the first thing that you're going to do. Fantastic. Now we're going to see about the relationship. What is happening here? So when I was filling in the table, I realized, and I think you did the same thing, that once I have the first one, I'm adding 2 sticks and to the previous one, agree? And then I have 2 triangles, and then I add again 2. So I'm going to use a different color to make this here. So if we write it here, what I'm doing here is adding 2, adding 2. And we can predict that if I have the next term of the pattern, if I have 4 triangles, I know that this one is going to be 9. Agree? It's very easy because with the previous term, I can add those 2. So if we think about, I know that the question is asking us, I think it's for the 20, I think it's that one that is asking us. The question is asking, write a rule, and then it says use the rule to find that 20, when you have 20 triangles. Okay, so, but let's say that they were asking us when we had 100 triangles, so 1,000 triangles. Okay, so we are not going to do this 1,000 times. So what can we do? We're trying to find a rule here. So if I'm adding here plus 2, how, if I'm going to do this 1,000 times, what do you think I'm doing? It's like I'm timesing by 2, if you agree with what I'm saying here. So if I have this one, and I say that this one is going to be x, okay, because at a certain point it's going to be x, this x that I said, and this variable that I defined. So I can say that this one can be, how do we, when we want to add very quickly, that what do? We multiply. So I can say that this one is going to be 2x, okay. So, but is that enough? So then we check and we say, okay, when I had one triangle, what happened? So we're going to look at the other relationship. We adjust what we just did. We have to adjust what we just did. So if I say that this one is going to be 2x, if I double each time the triangles, is that true? No, because if I double it, what am I missing? I'm missing to add another one. Agree? And if I double this one, 2 times 2 is going to be 4. I need to add another one. And if I double this 3, I'm missing another one. And if I double this one, I'm missing another one. So you can see what I'm missing here. I'm missing to add another one. And then I have my rule. So I can write my rule, my equation. That is the second step. I'm going to write it here with green. Is the second step to write the equation. I have to write it like y equals 2x plus 1. Okay. Now the third step that I'm going to do it with black. The third step talks about that we have to solve the equation. So it says when, I need to write here, when x is equals to 20, because I have 20 triangles, then we're going to sub in. How do we do this? You already know how to do this. We do y equals 2 times 20 plus 1. And if we solve that in, it's going to be 40 plus 1. Therefore, it's going to be y equals to 41. And I have solved my equation. Now we have to write in a full sentence. So the last step, our answer is going to be, the question was, use your rule to work out the number of matchsticks required to construct a figure with 20 triangles. So to construct, we can write, therefore, to construct figure with 20 triangles, I will need 41 sticks. Okay, this video is quite long, but we will keep doing this one with other exercises, okay? Girls, I hope you find it useful.